Hey yo, what's going on guys? Lordky here, back again with I don't know what type of video this is going to be. All I know is I have no clue. And that's the magic of it all. We're gonna be doing Red Ribbon while we just talk, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was let me think. Let me actually think. Okay, my disciple actually just died for fun there. Let's see. So today I wanted to talk to you about maybe the Indonesian server. So way back in the day, the server world was an actual world server. So Vietnamese players, English players, Brazilian players, Indonesian players, we all lived together in harmony is what some people might have said, but that would be a delusion. Um, the game was in English, the server was in English, but there was just a lot of players from a lot of different places playing, and nobody really knew what this server was for. I distinctly remember being asked if I was Indonesian. Like they'd always ask Indo, and one of my favorite responses was, "No, I'm out." No, I think I was like 12. I had to have been like 12 at that point. I was laughing so hard at that. And then I wasn't a part of the conversation, obviously. But what must have happened was a lot of Indonesian players. The Indonesian player base was probably too much, making forcing the admins to make a separate server for themselves, which makes sense. It makes a ton of sense when there's a lot of players to split partitions of it, especially if majority of the players can't speak the language. That's how English players got an English server, because a lot of English people were playing the Vietnamese servers and didn't understand anything. But the thing with that is, why even have a world server if you have partitions of other worlds in this game? Like that's the thing that makes no sense to me. I understand completely the thought process on splitting servers, but only when there's a reason to split it. Like our world server has next to no players. The Indonesian server, I don't know if they're more popular or less popular than us. I know for a fact nobody's matching Americans in mole consumption. Like I know that for a fact. Like American players will just bleed out money as it pertains to the game. Please don't tell me I'm picking that up. All right, good. No 7 stars here. Um, but yeah, this was way back in the day, and then overnight we saw English players just drop. The English player base dropped super hard, just because all of the servers, or all of the player base, all the Indonesian players just jumped ship, obviously, and that always makes me wonder, what would this game, what could this game have been had we had that player base still active? Obviously, there are a lot of Indonesian players that still play this game, or sorry, that still play this server, and a lot more that play on the Indonesian server. If you don't know what the Indonesian server is, I think on iPhone, if you look at server Naga, it's like short for Indo Naga, which is pretty cool. And it's funny too. Our reset password isn't linked to an English server for him. It's linked specifically to the Indo Naga server. I, I can't really, I don't really know what prompted that decision. All I know is that is the decision that was made. Alright, I'm actually gonna be smart with it this time. I'm gonna wear the invisible mask. Kill my disciple. Okay. I haven't ventured on the Indonesian server at all, but I can only imagine that it's more or less the same as our server. The only thing that I can probably say doesn't happen is the amount of Vietnamese players that jump ship to the Naga server. It's very lucrative. It's very lucrative for a Vietnamese player to come to our server, but there's really no reason for any player to go to the Indonesian server unless you're Indonesian. That begs a question for me though. Couldn't there have been other fixes that we could have done? Like, did we really have to partition? Oh, snap, 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 snap. Did we really have to partition the entire server to just go away? Couldn't there have been more options? I think a better option would have just been to straight up click option and then click like a different language. I think that would have been a really great way. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. My shield never works on blue. Crazy. GG's, you're dead. But yeah. Oh, shoot, I was still recording. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I wanted to get the last hit on blue, so my disciple, felt bad. Okay. Then, let's keep talking. I'm so sorry, recording still. Alright. But yeah, I think what really could have happened was we would have had the option to click different languages, and I think we still can do that. We still have Brazilian players in this game. We still have Vietnamese players in this game. All that needs to be done is just a toggle for the language, and I think that would go over super well. Ah. So the main thing that decision banked on was that the English player base was going to continue to rise. And I can already pinpoint why our English server is dead. It's not so much that people are leaving so much. It's more so the case. Actually, that's for another video. I like that. I like that. Right. But if you want to get like a brief overview, I think it's just more so the case that it's very hurtful to people that are just starting this game, and I'm witnessing that firsthand most cases. But I think that's a good topic to talk about after. But yeah, I always wonder what could have been at this game had this server just been a straight up world server. I think I do like that though, because uh, majority of my haters, majority of the people that like comment and like really do berate me are Indonesian players, so I think it'd be fun to just look at them in game, laugh. Um, better not die, buddy. Playing the you're playing the short range, not what you should be. You should be blasting. All right, yeah, that covers that. Lord of like, Lord of subscribe, and Lord of peace. See ya.